So initially when Rimuru was like, I'm kinda surprised Hinata's coming to fight me, that's interesting. I thought to myself, it's kind of funny that Rimuru left a message pretty much saying, hey bro, come get some. Thinking it was gonna be intimidating enough to keep them away. What seems to probably have actually happened is that entire scene, because we get the confirmation that old bald bastard is dead, I just figured was killed after that meeting. But the more I think of it, the more I'm realizing that he was probably dead prior to that meeting. Also, I just want to add, the more I think of it a second time, probably was actually alive, but they just altered the message. But there's a few different ways this could have went. He wasn't actually there, and he was dead. It was an imposter, fake message. Real one was there, fake message, then got killed, or Rimuru just said, come at me, bro, misjudged it. But I just want to throw out the three possibilities there. They sent in a fake, an imposter, and the message was most likely altered to what was actually sent via Rimuru, which was probably a lot more peaceful, like, hey, chill the hell out, I'll chill the hell out, we're fine. And now we have a round 2 of Hinata versus Rimuru inbound, which, I mean, I'm not going to complain about, it's going to be fun content, but I'm not going to be surprised if that message was altered. But if not, it's kind of hilarious to think that Rimuru pretty much just said, come at me, bro, and kind of Pikachu's face when she did. Though, this was a good meeting. People can say whatever the hell they want about the meetings in Slime. At the end of the day, Slime is a political show. That's literally what it is, and politics comes with meetings. This was my personal favorite meeting because I'm always a sucker when we get to see things from characters we don't normally follow side without influence from our own, meaning they have to piece together everything without having that bird's eye view like we do. A lot of what Hinata says, a lot of what the other characters say when you put yourself in their shoes makes sense. Hinata not only has the understanding that, I tried to kill him, I failed, I messed up. Here's a lot of situations, and when you really objectively look at Rimuru, it does seem like we should probably believe that he doesn't want to hurt humans, given not only his new position, but the kind of power that he wields. But the others are like, well, logically, if all 10 of us go to mess around and find out, we'll probably end up winning. I think they're doing a great job at writing things as feeling like realistic for the given circumstances, but it's also remaining quite exciting for me. Though, of course, if people don't like meetings, I still say, how did you get 3 seasons into Slime, but I don't think this episode's going to change their minds. Of course, I have full live reactions, though, over on my Patreon. If you want to see my full and good thoughts to this or any of these wonderful Slime episodes, it's going to be over there if you're interested. So, I was really excited at the end of last week. I wasn't sure if they're going to blue balls us or if they're going to give us a full-on meeting. I'm really happy that they did, because this is a side that we don't really see much of. We see glimpses and pieces, but we don't really see the full package. And, it's interesting to see how Hinata is, so different than them, but also it makes sense given that she's very similar to how Rimuru came into this world, right? The idea that, in the last season when Rimuru killed 20,000 people, however many it was, right? The fact that the whole way he reflected light and everything is something that they're not going to really be able to rationalize if you're just born into this world and don't have, knowledge from an original world or something. But she immediately could see what Rimuru did. Little moments like those are really interesting because I honestly think an author in a show like this or a light novel like this could easily take and make a story just focused on Hinata's point of view. Not even just saying, stuff we haven't seen, just from her point of view from the beginning to wherever it is ended, because it's a character that is just fascinating, and it's interesting to see how much blame was being put on her without her being upset by it, being like, no, I did mess up. I was the one who attacked him first, I thought I killed him, I didn't, and now I realize that was a mistake. It's just a lot of ownership of your mistakes while also seeing how they're viewing all these situations. Having one of your scouts go in and realize that yeah, this is actually a very peaceful place. I couldn't really tell the status of Eldora because the Cave of Wonders over here was pretty much locked down, but just the idea that they're able to realize not only how shit out of luck they are, but how built different Rimuru's nation is, and how you kind of have to believe that, it probably is just trying to be peaceful. But the thing that's going to be easy for viewers to overlook, being like, well, why are they so gung-ho? They're saying that it's all peaceful, it's this, that, and the third. Yeah, sure, it's a demon lord, but why? It's Rimuru killed a lot of people. Rimuru killed a lot of people. Doesn't matter who started it. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have people you probably lost because of that moment, and a lot of people are going to want revenge, and most likely they're just not going to want to trust it, that if he did it once, he could do it again. And it's interesting to see the conflicting opinions only for these people to come in. At first I thought it was Rimuru because I heard the same sound effect as when his menu system opens or his nav system, and we see these floating goofballs who pretty much are setting Hinata up for either death or for her to kill Veldora. Like, they literally gave her a dragon slaying sword, which was really cool, mind you. It's a really cool design. But the entire situation is designed to force her to go fight them. If she dies, but hopefully she takes out, you know, our biggest threat as it stands. And it's interesting, right? Because I really thought initially, like, Rimuru was just trying to be intimidating, like, hey, you know, you thought you killed me, I'm clearly still here, come at me, bro. And it could still be like that, but it definitely feels like, because of how Diablo pops up at the end there, I didn't realize it at first when I was grabbing my screenshots, so like, wait a second, I rewatched that scene. Like, the fact remains that most likely he was dead that entire time, and if not, that message probably was altered to just make that entire situation happen. And if not, it's Rimuru being Rimuru and not realizing come at me, bro, is probably gonna have someone come at you, and that's funnier the longer I think of it. But like I said last week, I mean, it's fine if people think stuff like this is boring. It's just odd to get so deep into a season. Like, we're at 50-something episodes, 53 episodes, give or take, and meetings are nothing new. Like, I get that maybe, like, there's some people who are like, oh shit, they heard season 2 is popping off, so they binged the show, right? And then they get up to Rimuru blasting fools left and right. But if you just constantly throw shit like that at people, it gets boring quick. And, you know, it's not like we're just looking at a character and nothing's happening. They do shift the perspectives around, they show different things. There was one moment that kind of triggered me, but I was like, you know what, I'll leave it be. There was one discussion they were having, and they decided to make it mute so we wouldn't be able to hear what they said, so hopefully we'll get to hear that someday. But, in general, you know, for me, these are the types of episodes that feel rewarding. Last week's episode was getting our current characters, the characters we normally follow, caught up to speed. Sure, it's some stuff that we already know, but for the characters themselves, they don't know. So it just feels like we were teaching the characters we love anyway. And then for this is a side we don't see a lot of, and to have their group meeting and see the tensions and how high the stakes are for them, and just ending with, you know, Hinata riding off into the sunset, which is with a dragon slayer, in this very beautiful scene, but it's like, the fact that all that's happening, and the king's about to make his move. The king, he's ready. Like, he's building an army of mercenaries, which is pretty much the only way he could probably get an army, because all of their allies are pretty much dead or in the process of regrouping. We have all this money we're supposed to pay Rimuru that definitely was not planned to be paid to Rimuru, because they're using that clearly to hire mercenaries. The king is about to mess around and find out. I'm sure that's all. Like, even though the king's about to screw around, Hinata's about to screw around, we're fine, but it's about how the pieces are gonna fall. We already know we know Yam's gonna sit on the throne, that's all well and good, but I'm interested where Hinata's gonna go, because it's not like she wanted to do this. It's almost like she has a gun to her head, and I'm interested to see how quickly, you know, things are gonna change, because this is a different Rimuru that she's about to face than when she did in Season 2, so we'll see where it goes. People are free to think what they want about Slime, but for me, the action and the big events are not what makes Slime exciting. These episodes feel 10 minutes at max, and the meetings, I could watch 20 episodes of meetings in a row. That's how much I like this show and the characters, but that's just me. Let me know what you thought, because by the end of this episode, the king's pretty much ready to make a move. Messenger ended up dead, and seemingly that message got altered, because now Hinata is about to mess around and find out. So let me know what you're thinking down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell so you know if I went upload more, and like I mentioned, got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Damien Krezix, Big Duval, Adler2704, PCR, Peter Addy, and Lyre. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.